11 o'clock here in Spain, 10 o'clock UK, and whatever time it is, wherever other place of the world you're in, but wherever it is, very good morning from us, the team, and yes, and to you guys. So first of all, let's do a little bit of this. So, very good morning to you guys. Hope you're well out there. And we just want to say, actually, wow, you look amazing. You look beautiful. If no one's told you this morning how wonderful you look, then we're saying this to you now. How's that? Does that make you feel good? Does that make you feel, feel that loving feeling coming in? Yes. Well, that's what it's all about. It's about connectivity. It's about spirituality. It's about loving things. And it's about, Lisa Morgan says it's already on there. Morning. Hope everyone is okay. Everyone hope yes, we are. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean there. Yes. And Lucy Hink says, "Good morning, lovelies. We love your little flower thing going through your hair. That's very nice. That's morning love. That's morning love going out there, shining to everybody." Susanna says hi, as does Rebecca, as does. Wow, brilliant. Lovely to see you guys already on. So, very interesting show we got this morning. Loads to tell you. Now, as we were saying here, as we were saying on a show yesterday and last week, you say yesterday? Yes, yesterday we did a pop-up. And a pop-up is where sometimes give you a little bit of warning, a little bit of notice, and we go and do a live show. So, that's what we're going to do. And good morning to Emma and... Susanna says, yes, I'm terrific. We know you're terrific. We can feel your vibes. In fact, all of you people out there looked wonderful. Anyway, so just getting back to that. Guys, as I was saying, yesterday's show, last week's and probably the weeks before, we're all talking about grounding. So as you go through the show here, we're going to talk a bit about this and things that you can do to generate humor, to generate a little bit of positivity, a bit of funniness and a bit of wackiness and all that. So we'll be talking about how you could do that. But in the meantime, I think we need a little discussion from the Star Lady. That's right. Some people say she comes from Javier. Some people say no, she's from America. Some people say she's born under the stars. I think all of it's true. I don't mind what other people say. I think it's all true. So I just better ring. Just listen out doorbell. Listen quietly to see if she's there. Ah, there she is. Let's bring on the fabulous Guiomar. Good morning.
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys?
Oh, wonderful. Oh, good. That's very, very well. We're very well. The team here very well. And Lucy Hink says, beautiful photo of you to Deborah, who's just behind me, just there. There she is there. I have a picture there. That was done by a fabulous lady. I think we need to get on the show at some point when she's ready. I know she's very busy at the moment, but Cecilia is an amazing photographer, and she did a photograph of my lovely wife there. And yes, it was a fantastic day doing things for charity. That's what it was all about. Charity, raising awareness for things there, which is for Grant Wish. Not Grant Wish, to spread some sunshine. That's it. Got it right now. But anyway, Grant Wish is another charity we love as well. Anyway, loads of people on this morning. Lovely to see you all. Maria says from England, who's normally in Spain, says, hola, beautiful people. And so does Jay Jones, as does Deborah there saying good morning, Rebecca, and to everybody else who's coming on the show. Fabulous. So, okay, we're in odd, unusual times, aren't we?
Of course we are.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
Depends. I mean, for me, it's fascinating. I love what we're living, but for some people, it's hard because they have difficulties in hanging. Basically, there's so much change going on that it's very chaotic, very electric. Also, lots of Aquarius energy. It's a very mental energy. So if you're not very well grounded, like we were saying last time, it's going to be really hard to adapt to these times. But if you are grounded, it's very easy to just flow with the change. So,
I was having some chats with people over the past sort of few days, and it's really interesting the observations that are coming through, and maybe you guys out there would agree with me here, and maybe Guiomar, you'd agree the same. Is that we have now almost 21st 2021 technology, probably going on 2022 with the way things are going, and yet our mindsets and mentality is not in the same year. We're
No,
still back there in the 1980s.
Victorian times.
Yes, yes. Sorry, say again.
Victorian times.
Victorian times. Yes, stiff upper lip and all that. My God, that is going back. I won't go back that far, but it's a big challenge. Edwardian times. Let's go back even further.
Yes, because like that those stiff upper lips Victorian times were very traumatizing. And
Mm.
then the two world wars are a result of that stiffness. And then all that we like all the unbalances that we live today are a result of the wars in the first half of the century, which are a result of the Victorian times. So in a way, we are living Victorian times still, and that's what not, those beliefs that the beliefs that come from there are the ones that are not allowing us to move on to the new era.
I can understand exactly what you're saying. I can also understand how difficult it is for people who have suffered terrifically through this particular period. And reading in the news, you don't have to look too far from the mainstream or even other areas of news to see that people are very hungry and they've lost their jobs and they've got no money. And who is looking after them when the globe is going through tremendous change? And how do people survive? What do they do? I totally understand how we are trying to shift from eras, but the difficulties we all face, it's enormous, isn't it? It's enormous.
Hmm. Yes, but the system has to
Yeah,
change.
I'll
Like
agree.
that the system is changing. So it's not about just sitting and licking your wounds, which I understand that's what we've always done, expecting for the solution to come from the outside. And I know like if this situation has really rocked your world, it's going to be much more difficult to adapt to the change. But if you can, just try and understand that everything is there for you to be more you, for you to grow.
I
So if
think
we
so too.
understand
Yes.
this deeply, then we're able to say, okay, then this is an opportunity for me. If I can't do this, what can I do now with these circumstances?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
something very simple, like I mean, for example, job wise, no, say you're limited in your job because of the lockdowns, or you've lost your job because of the lockdowns. So it's not about waiting to see what happens, waiting to see if I'm going to get the compensation or be on the dole or whatever. It's about saying, okay, so if these are the circumstances, what can I do now?
Yeah.
For example, I don't know, somebody with a studio, with a sports studio, Pilates studio, yoga studio, whatever, So
Restaurant. Yeah.
you can't open the studio up. I go to a gym. I have my good friend Nati. She's a yoga teacher, and it's like, okay, guys, like online, everything online, because it doesn't matter if then afterwards we're going to go back to going to the gym, to the yoga class in person or whatever. The thing is, every time we try to adapt to the online world, that's all that we have already achieved. No, for
Yeah.
example, when this lockdown right now that we're living, it's a partial lockdown, but the gyms are closed. So like the next day or 2 days afterwards, after it was notified, my gym started renting out the spinning bikes to do the
Yes.
classes online at home.
You've got a great idea. This is moving forward with the times, isn't it? Yes.
Exactly. It's not
Yeah.
about what can't I not do, like, oh, I can't go with my friends, I can't go to a restaurant, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's about what can I do
What can
with
I
these
do? Yes.
circumstances.
Yes.
It's like in that sense, get moving, like what can you do now? Move. Do it. Right? But
Yes.
without a long term right now, it's without a long term planification. So the action is for short term. Okay, I'm going to talk afterwards about the long term.
This is
Okay,
going to get good
so
tonight.
right
This
now
is going to get
it's
good.
this action is about adapting to the short term.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's what can I do now? For example, I have a restaurant. I got to close and I have a restaurant. What can I do now with this
I know
restaurant?
what I would
So
do.
I can do takeaway.
Absolutely.
I can all the like the workers I had for in the kitchen, I'm going to have them do deliveries. Part of them are going to do the kitchen, part of them are going to cook, and part of them are going to do deliveries. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
I'm going to create a side business for deliveries, or maybe I'm going to, with all my clients, which are local, very loyal clients, I'm going to do a special thing with them where I can cook for them every day for a lower price, and or I can show them how to cook, or I don't know. There's so many things that can be done. Just be creative.
Absolutely. I think it's a big, big thing. I think what you're talking about there is great. And I think is how we can connect with each other. Thank you very much, Vidya. She says, hello, hello. You're becoming my new favourite thing on Facebook. That's very nice. Thank you very much indeed. Loads of lovely comments coming this morning, and every commenting about Deborah's lovely photograph. Just there. I know I cut it off half of it because we're sharing half the screen. But yes, but thank you very much. I know Deborah appreciates that. She's very happy with that. And Emma's sending kisses. How nice. Now, grounding. So first of all, let's talk about grounding.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
grounding is something we need to do at the moment to help us shake off. It's almost like, for instance, we're filled up with all this, I guess you could say, challenging, toxic, confusing energy, which is being bombarded to us. And we've got to shake it out. You've got to
yeah.
shake it
So
out.
imagine like you're, oh my God, we're locked down. Oh no, oh no, and then your head starts spinning, everything is up here. It's like a whole bunch of energy
Oh
up here.
God, yeah. The thoughts, guys, you agree? We're thinking a lot up here.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's going on? Oh no, what can I do? What can I do? Oh no, 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 no. This is horrible. I don't want this. No, this isn't happening. So that kind of energy,
Yeah,
I'm playing it out so you get to
it's very
feel.
good play, but you ought to be on the stage.
I know, I know, I know.
That's great. It's great, but you're getting your point across, definitely.
Exactly. So if you're in that state, you're gonna need grounding. It's like, hey,
Yes, you're grounding. Now we've got to find techniques. Now, yesterday, doing a show with the wonderful Jodie Pearson, we were asking people there about how to ground. And people are coming in and say, yeah, great idea. Sometimes it is about jumping up and down. It's about dancing. It's about going for walks in nature, hugging trees. It's about doing things like this. And we had a lovely, lovely lady on yesterday. Lovely lady, Charlie. Charlie, she came on and she said, I'm grounding. I bought my son a drum kit and we're beating the drums to ground. Fantastic. And she's going to send us a photograph of us in very soon. Or hopefully, if I can attempt to do it, a little short movie of her grounding. Now, guys, here's the quest to you to help us get through this particular period of you grounding. We would love little videos. Little videos, only need to be about 15 seconds long, something like this. Jumping up and down, singing, doing anything you like at all, and performing, do what it is to ground yourself, whatever it is you're doing. And we'd love if you send us in short little videos. We're going to put them all together with a bit of music in the background and put it up live on the shows here. So you can all be famous over Facebook, YouTube, social media, jumping up and down and showing here how you guys are grounding. And when we put it all together, it'll lift the spirits, it'll lift the energies, and you guys will be amazing.
and movement's important because before I did this, it's
I felt
because
that. Ouch. Just do it again. Yeah. It was the other hand. Other hand.
because I put myself backwards.
No, you're
So
going the wrong way. Ow. But I've got to be careful, this lady. You've got to be careful.
so what this does is it breaks the energy up.
Yes. Yes.
A clap, something loud like that, it breaks the energy. So when you're in that scattered mental state, you're
Yes.
being kidnapped by this mental energy that's not doing any good for you. Then just like get out of there. No,
Get out of
don't.
there. Get it all together. Let's do this. Yes.
One
Joe
of
Gardner
the one
says
of
that would be fantastic. So Joe, you're one of the first ones. You're going to send in a short video of you would do whatever it is to do grounding. Please. I
So
would say, but being far too PC, being far too Victorian, say try to keep some decency in this, guys. If but we're always intrigued by what you're sending.
okay, so we want claps.
Yep,
We want physical body movement. Drumming is good. Dancing is good. Just
yep,
jumping up and down on your heels is
yep.
good. No, moving your body around so the
Yeah,
energy
come on, guys. Let's
is
do some
good.
movement. Get the energy moving. Come on. Anyway, sorry. Right.
And another thing is it, like air, air in the sense of not allowing. In Spanish, it sounds better because air also means like I did, like just drop it, leave it, move away. Don't let energies get stuck.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to let air go, don't you?
Yeah.
See, but it's all part of grounding, isn't it? What? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's hilarious.
The world's going virtual. You don't know up to what extent we're able to feel virtually other people. So anyway, so air means
Hilarious.
don't
Yeah.
let energies get stuck. So it's imagine you're doing, and especially now that Mercury is going to be retrograde in a few days. It's like if something doesn't work in your computer, your telephone, whatever, drop it. Because
Yeah.
if you insist, your energy is going to get stuck, and we shouldn't let the energy get
Oh,
stuck this
no,
year.
we should. We got to move things on. Move things on. Now, just to add to a little bit of this energy here, coming up on well tomorrow we got a full moon, haven't we? A
Yeah,
full moon in Leo.
beautiful, beautiful Leo full moon where we can really connect with what we want,
Yes, desires. It's
desire,
beautiful, isn't it?
what we
Yes,
wish to create. Okay,
yes. I
so
think it's a lovely thing. Yes,
it's important. So one thing is not letting your energies get stuck and procrastinating and having your head buzzing because it's all over the place. So when you have that, you got to snap out of it, let go of what you're doing, ground yourself, really connect with yourself until you come into a very nice, settled place inside yourself. That's one thing. And
yes.
then in the short term, as I was saying, it's all about saying, okay, I can't do this. What can I do? So
Yep.
if you're,
Oh, where you
well,
gone? Where you gone? You shot off something. There you are. There you are. You're back. Yeah. Sorry about that.
okay. So in the short run, so imagine like, okay, we're in lockdown, you can't do this in your job. Okay, so it's not about, oh no, what's gonna happen, it's about what can I do now. That's moving the energy, that's letting
That's
go of what is stuck and moving the energy in the short term.
and
Okay.
that's moving up to current times, isn't it? That's moving up to current times rather than protesting about the past, protesting and creating that anger, that energy, because
Mm.
it's something that's not going to move. But it's about pushing forwards and being in the current time. I totally recommend and get that. It's what we could do now, not what was. I think that's a
Exactly.
big
So
thing there.
what is possible for me now? What can I do now?
Hmm.
What other things are available now? So imagine with the lockdowns, we're going to do like physical and then virtual and physical and virtual and physical and virtual. So we're adapting to a different way of working or of being in the world. And
Yes.
it's important that
Yes.
we adapt not only to the virtual but to the change from physical to virtual.
Yes. Yes. I think
and
so. Yes.
And
Yeah.
it can be perfectly that every time you adapt, for example, every lockdown is going to be different. So what you do in one might not be what you do in the other, but that is part of the adapting to the new era.
It is. It's so interesting, isn't it? And it's one of those things. Is like we done things in our past where we left the past behind to move forwards. When you left school, for example, when you ended a relationship, when you left a job, when you moved from one country to another, we left things behind. This is part of a big change. And it's what we're fearful of is what everyone else is telling us, what sources out there are throwing at us here, which, whether you believe it or not, I'm not going to share an opinion on a show like this, but it's about what we can do for ourselves and how we can move ourselves forwards. And because the real truth, no matter what's going on here, the real truth is what's going on in our hearts. That's the real truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because when we engage in the conspiracy theories, when we engage to see, oh no, they're doing this, they're doing that, the government is blah blah blah, or there's whatever forces, you're investing energy where you shouldn't be investing energy. You're actually giving energy to that which you don't want. What's the point? It's like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Use all your energy wisely and use it for you to
Mm.
create from a space of calmness and love.
I think it's a big, big thing. Calmness and love within yourself to work through to the future is I agree, is the best way. Conspiracy theories, some of them are very truthful. I mean, you come across day.
Yeah. Phil, we're creating that reality. So everybody who's scared is
Oh
creating
yes,
that reality
oh
with their mind.
absolutely, yes. That's what we've got to
So
be careful of. I agree.
exactly. So stop creating that reality. Stop feeding into that belief.
I agree. I agree.
Because the more people that think and feel about that and feel fear, the more that's going to, be fed, and that reality is going to be created. So, like, what
Yes,
kind of reality do you want to create? One where there are horrible people and then a magical savior has to come and save you, or one where you get your shit together and start doing things?
I think it's one of the biggest things we could go and do is to stop looking at the fear and build on the love within yourself and how we can go forwards. And I think it is about restaurateurs, people like this. If you're blocked at the moment, do as they're doing, is do things online. How you could do takeaway services. What is it you could do that creates community online? And a lot of people now doing this. I know loads of people who have
Yeah,
Zoom lunches. They all sit
yeah,
down together, about 10 people. They've got their own lunch, but they're having Zoom meetings and having a great time. Great time.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
that they
You
can
can even
see
prepare the
them.
lunch together.
Yes, and it'd be great to have a lunch together. Yes, yeah. Your
So
Zoom or
there's
mine. I mean, it's not used to be your place or mine.
creative.
No, it's
It's
my
being
Zoom or
creative,
your
and the
mine.
more creative and original you are, the more people will get hooked on that.
Yeah,
And it's all about being, changing and doing different things, and it's just being creative all the time.
I
And
think
if
so
you
too.
do
Yeah,
that, life flows. You really don't have to make an effort to do anything, because life flows. It's all about connecting with your heart and really going deep into your emotions, freeing the fears, and then connecting with what you want to create in your life and with love, and that's it. And I know it sounds a bit like, oh yeah, look at her. No, like, no man, I've been through hard shit, and it's like, I know what I'm talking about. I
it's.
know what I'm
I
talking
always
about.
love you coming on the show because you're beautifully opinionated, but it is right. I can't argue with it because it's right, and it's. I think it's people can argue, say yes, but this, and yes, but that, da, 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 but no, 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 no. At the end of the day, here, love. What are you going to do? Are you going to protest? Are you going to be continually looking at the past, thinking that you've got to try and bring the past back, or are you going to modernize, come up in the future, work through your heart and work through your love, and it'd be great.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, look at the crap we're creating from. For example, imagine you like somebody, and it's like
mm,
that person doesn't pay attention to you, and then what do normally? It's like, oh no, he's mean, or he's ignoring me, or I'm not worth it, or he's not worth it, or okay, sure, fine, we're gonna create that reality.
yeah.
Or I want my dream job, but but I don't know what I want. I'm not sure if I can do it. Everybody says I'm good, but I don't believe in myself. It's too hard. I don't have the circumstances because I have to take care of a lot of people. It's like you're investing all those thoughts and energies into creating the reality that you don't want.
Yep.
Why?
How many
Why?
times, just as you say that, how many times we all say here, I want this dream job, want this dream house, want this dream, whatever it is. And then you get the opportunity to go and get it. And then they don't want it.
No,
No. Oh, dear.
because
That's
that
another
happens.
story for
That
another
happens.
day. Yes.
But that happens when you're not heart centered. So when
Yes.
you're not heart centered, you think you want something, and it's just a mental thought. It's not really integrated into your body. And then when you achieve it, actually all you wanted to do was something to fill you up because mommy didn't fill you up when you were a baby.
Dear, oh dear. Okay, let's get with it, guys. Let's get with it. Let's get ourselves together. A lot of people here say coming in this morning. Lovely, lovely to see you all. Jodie, good morning to you. She was on yesterday. We had a terrific show. And to everyone else come in, we want to say good morning to Debs, to Maria, to everyone else. Joe's come in here, and Lisa, and everyone else who's jumped in. So very good morning to you. Now, as we were talking earlier, just to get you guys motivated, get you going, we this is a particular time where we need to ground. And as we were saying earlier, just to you guys just recently joined, one of the great ways to do this is like jumping up and down, singing, dancing, moving, boogieing, whatever it is you want to go and do, hug trees, go and do whatever it is. So we would like little short video clips of you guys. Just send it in to us. If you can, put it your camera widthways, not up and down, because then we get widescreen rather than just a small one. So it's going to be horizontal rather than vertical. And just do little videos of you guys doing something, and then we're going to put them all together with a little bit of music in the background and just do this. Sound fun?
Yeah. Okay, Phil.
Yes,
And
right, Guiomar. Yes, what?
the long term planning, the long term. So one thing is, what can I do now? I'm going to create action in that direction, but it's a short term thing. It's like
Yeah.
it has no future prospect necessarily. So it's not like, is this going to hold on to in the future? No, no, no. It's not about that. So action for short term, like, okay, what can I do? And for the long term, we're in a stage where we're downloading tons of information, hence all the head energy and air energy. We're downloading all the information that is going to seed the creation of new projects, relationships, reality, networks for the next few hundred years.
Yep.
So right now that's being seeded.
Yes. Yes, I
Hence
agree.
that's the weird feeling like, oh my god, what's going on, no? So with that, what we have to do is accept the seeds of what's being sown, um, and start connecting with the feeling of what you want to see in the world in the future, and especially from your perspective or what you can give to the world without you have to you it's sort of you sort of bring out the plan, but you're not specific about it. So it's about understanding there's a new way of doing things that is coming, that you're a part of
Mm-hmm.
that. You
Mm-hmm.
hold that vision, but you don't have to like really make it very concrete, but you don't let go of the vision.
Okay.
So it's not like an obsession either. It's more like a truth held from you, from your perspective.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I agree, and I think it is how we have to connect with this feeling, this love. It's got to come through on I believe you. I think it's true. It's got to come through the creativity on a love plane, and it's about something about yourself, not what else is doing, and what old things were around us is about what is new, and I think that would be a beautiful thing to go and do. Now,
I'll give you an example. No, so for example, I had a session the other day, and this it's a woman in her early 40s, I think it was, and she has this suddenly she tells me that she has this vision that she is an elf. So she works in theater, and
okay,
she's an actress and a creator. So she envisions herself as an elf, seeing people like an audience from above, and those people are watching a play that she's written, that she's script,
yep,
and by doing so, that something is igniting in them, and they are seeing themselves and completing themselves, something like that.
okay.
So this vision is actually perfectly aligned with her chart, but of course the imagination still delivers it because it's so ethereal still. It's just the seed of the information. So imagine if you have a seed of an oak tree, no, and an oak tree can be bigger or smaller or darker or lighter or whatever, I don't know. So you don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but you have an idea of what it's going to look like,
Yeah.
right? And you have a feeling especially of what it's going to be like.
Yep.
Well, She has this vision, she has this dream, and I go, that's perfect. Like, hold on to that, because that is your plan. That is where you're going towards. Like, then life will start taking you in different directions, and it'll be towards that plan. This doesn't mean that she's suddenly going to become an elf and start floating above everybody. But that's the idea, that's the essence, that's the energy of what she's turning into, what she's becoming, and what she's bringing into this earth plane. Does
That's a
this make sense?
beautiful way of describing it. I know we could think, okay, there's a bit fantasy, but we need to start creating things which are going to be for the new here, and I think that's a
Exactly.
huge thing. Yes,
So
and
it's important that we indulge in the fantasy,
mm,
um, but we're still acting on. So in the day, in the now, we're being proactive in our actions in the direction of what our energy is allowed to go to,
yes,
right? So we're being proactive and directive, and okay, what do I want? What do I need now? This. But in the long run, for the plan, for the larger plan, we're holding the dream, we're
yeah,
bringing down the
yeah.
dream, we're bringing down the vision, so that has to be abstract.
And
The
abstract
more
is brilliant. What your
imaginative it is.
subconscious is good at doing, creating abstract. So it's the bigger dream.
Exactly, so the more imaginative it is, the better. Doesn't mean that that is exactly how it's going to plan out. No, that is, it's still in the dream state, so you can only perceive it as a symbol.
Yes, I agree. Now, maybe one of the things here to go look at is it's a very good psychotherapeutic. That's a good word for a Wednesday morning. It's 11:30 in the morning, 10:30 UK. Psychotherapeutic way to look at it is to have that dream where you're going to, and then see yourself there, and then work your way back as to how you got there, how you're going to get there. Sometimes it's a good thing to go and do, to see it and think, how did you do it? What was it that came along your way? It adds to it, so you've got a bit of a double timeline going on. But you've got the past, you've got the present going into the future, but you've got the future coming back to the past, and how you can actually obtain that abstract dream, or what it is that you're going to do to help yourself achieve this. But notice there, the biggest thing is remove any blocks. It's interesting. The amount of people say to me here is when they look at the future, all they see is blocks. Well, blocks are wonderful things, but what can we change blocks into? Rather than
Exactly.
so
I love,
people,
I love Lego.
yes, Lego. So Lego could be constructive. Yes, yes.
So if you
Scaffolding.
see
That's
blocks,
constructive.
then don't be scared of the blocks. It's like, be creative with the blocks. What can you do with the blocks?
Yes. What can you do with the blocks? You could even turn them into stepping stones. How are you going to get there? So yes, they could be blocks. It's how you're going to overcome these to reach the dream you're looking for.
No, but if that, overcome is not the right word when you're projecting yourself into the future.
No, it's the way people are looking at their future. When they say they see blocks, it's how to say, okay, how could you turn that into a stepping stone?
That yes. But when we talk about overcoming, we're projecting the past into the future.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think it's how we can manifest, or how we can work with what we have now to going forwards,
Yeah,
and embracing it and thinking, and just changing your mindset around, but thinking, yes, this is a
and being
stepping
creative.
stone.
Exactly. So if you see, imagine, oh my God, all I see are blocks, all are closed doors and whatever. And then, so you just close your eyes and you go, okay, if these are blocks, if these are closed doors, then what's inside the block? Maybe the block has a lace, maybe the door, there's a key. Which door am I going to choose? So you use your imagination to play with those visions that to begin with seem not good, but they are. It's not that they're not good, it's that there is something inside or after or behind that
Mm-hmm.
that you want to access. So you want to use your imagination to play along with. You might have like a negative vision, but you play along with it, and like Phil was saying, stepping stones or matryoshkas or whatever is hiding behind. So show me what is behind. Use your imagination creatively and proactively to create the reality you want, and not to feed the fears. That's why it's also very important not to indulge with stuck energy.
Yeah.
The more you indulge in energy that gets stuck in any place in your life, doesn't matter, the computer, a discussion with somebody, your car breaks down, whatever it is, don't let your energy get stuck.
No,
Move
that's it, and
and
that's
then get
why
back to it.
sometimes we've got to bounce, we've got to jump, we've got to do things like this. Very shortly, we're going to come on to some mini readings to you guys, but just for this though, on in 3 days' time, our wonderful little planet out there, our conscious little planet called Mercury, is about to turn around and go into the apparent retrograde motion, and we're talking here. It's in the sign of Aquarius, so guys, just be careful. As it happened this morning, luckily it was overcome very quickly. We had a small technical hitch, typical Mercury thing in Aquarius, which rules electronics. Rules electronics. I know. All right, you want to say Uranus? You want to say Uranus?
No, I don't want to say Uranus. Um,
I say Uranus.
you
We're
changed the pronunciation of the planet from a few decades ago.
yeah.
I wonder why. Anyway, so no, look, there's all this thing about Mercury retrograde,
Oh
things are gonna
yes.
break
Oh
down, and it's like,
yes.
be careful, don't do this, don't do that, guys. No, no, that's old mindset. If you fear that, you're gonna create that.
Yeah.
So Mercury retrograde says, don't go around like a chicken without a head. Stop.
Absolutely. Yes.
Just feel and think, but from a more grounded place, So become Mercury retrograde. It's like Bruce Lee when he said, be the water. So be the Mercury retrograde. Feel the energy, how it's slowing the mind down. Because if something gets stuck, it's just the universe saying, "Do you see? This got stuck because you were going too fast. What were you
Yes.
thinking?
Yes.
Okay, what were you doing with your mind?"
This could be a very interesting time we go through this retrograde period. It starts in January the 30th and goes on to about the middle of February. Normally it's about 3 weeks. But on this frequency it's going through, it could be very interesting to see what emerges, especially with current times and Mercury working with the logic and thinking, how we can. Yes, it's about slowing down. It's also about going backwards to see how we viewed things, how we've done things we missed out, things we need to catch up on. So there's always an advantage with the Mercury retrogrades. And I agree with you. This old theosophy about don't do this, don't do that, that is so wrong. However, it does rule electricity and electronic equipment. So please check things. It is about double checking things. Don't just think, oh, great, yes, I'll switch the computer on and do this live show like I did this morning. And hang on a minute, the settings were offset. So I had to quickly reset them. But it's always good to pre-check things, pre-do things, and work with it like that. And they just say, okay, this is just slower energy, and become the slower energy. Just to go, okay, all right, don't push against it, because a Mercury retrograde, the more you push against it, the worse it gets. Unfortunately,
Exactly.
yes. If you go with it and
Yeah.
just go, okay, take time out, chill out, chat with people, things like this, and just keep communicating. It's a communicating planet. Just because it's retrograde doesn't mean we can't communicate. It is about communication with people, but also understanding some people in Aquarius, it will go loopy. Some people will go bonkers, but don't worry.
But this is like when you go to the beach and you get like the what's it called, backwash?
Yes,
when
yeah, yeah,
when the current brings you back into the water, like,
yes,
so somebody who has no connection to nature just happens, oh, what a lovely beach, I'm going to go in here, this looks calm, I'm going to get in there, and they get into the wrong place and they get sucked into, and then they panic, and because they panic, it gets worse, and they drown. So, like, if you are in connection to nature, to nature's rhythms, if you observe what's in front of you, if you understand what is there and why it's there, then you respect it and you understand it, and then you go, well, I'm not going to go in here because I'm going to get sucked in, I'm going to go in there, and if I do get sucked in, I'm going to go along with the currents to see where I can come out,
yeah.
but not force it. I'm not going to fight against the current because the water is stronger than I am. That could never happen. I could never win.
No, you're unfortunately not going to. Unless you're that king, whatever his name is, who thinks he can part the water and walk through it. I can't forget his name now. That
Moses?
no, it wasn't Moses. It's a king of somewhere or another. He thought that he could part water. Yes, yes. Oh, I like this. Monique, she's coming on Friday. Lovely, lovely lady. She says, whatever you resist will persist. Very good. I like that. Nice little comment there. And Deborah says, thank you, Emma. Emma, thank you very much for your lovely comments there. That's lovely. And Sarah says, is it anything in particular for Leos at the moment? Sorry I was late during the show. Most Leos are late.
Yeah, no. Leo this year, it's all about Leos are the creators and connectors this year.
And you've got a
So
full moon in your sign.
what can you do? What can you do to connect people? How can you create networks for people? How can you help local businesses
Mm-hmm.
work, network together to be able to distribute goods in a new way? How can you help uh, everything that local distribution, everything be more respectful with nature, et cetera, et cetera. So it's all about creating networks for Leo this year.
Yes, there you go. How's that for Leos? And but it's we got the full moon in Leo. Be interesting here. Let's feel the energies tomorrow, guys. See what it wants to bring up and bring out to you. But it is, do look for the creativity. Do look for the wonderment there. Okay, we're gonna do this, and we're back in a mo. We can start to submit readings. And first up on the block is a lovely lady called Jay. The music for this show was produced by Mr. Sammy Hammy. He's a fantastic musical director for theatre, stage, film, and everything. And we're going to have him back on the show soon. I'm forever trying to get hold of him. But he's such a busy man, such a talented man, and we'd love to have him on. He's hilarious. He's good fun. He's so down to earth. And yes, it was amazing. Anyway, right, okay, so Jay, very good morning to Jay. Let's just go and find your little thing there. In fact, Jay, just give a little nudge, let us know you're there, and then I can put you straight on the screen. Anyway, her question was here. Jay has asked, she says here, she said, should I invest in property in the UK or move to Spain and buy one out there, or rent one out there, buy one out there? What should she do? And her ex wants her back. Oh dear, oh my. Her ex wants her back. There she is. Thank you, Jay. Let's just pop you up on the screen there. She's a little kiss as well. To you too. Right. Okay, so first of all here. Now, your energies this year are very much about, you're a three. You're a 3 energy in numerology. In fact, you're 3-0. And although a lot of people say, no, it's just a 3. No, I like to include 0. Because the 0 here, I feel when it adds up, is a 283. So this is very much about, I feel for you, that it's about harnessing connectivity with people. Very much about this. It's very much also about here being in your higher mind, not in the lower mind of over worry or being dragged down into things, dragged down into the dark, deep depths of oily shadows and things like this. It's like a Halloween movie, don't it? Anyway, so no, but it's about being in your higher mind on the positive and on the vibrating towards the more spiritual and connecting. I'm doing well so far, because Guiomar's nodding. Yes. Anyway, so carry on. Yeah. Every now and then we agree. It's fabulous. Anyway, so but it's a nice energy to embrace this, and I think it's lovely to connect with someone like you, because when you're up in your higher mind here, there's no one better than to meet someone like you. You're absolutely fabulous. Now, but this year though, you're in a 167. That's really interesting. 167. I feel here that your 167 is, now this is interesting, and I'd just like to put this to you. Because 7 is a spiritual, and spiritual works on, yes, on higher energy. It's not so much in the mind, but it is through the heart and feeling, and also through your guts here, because a lot of information and the way you feel about things, these two levels of consciousness here is important. So what I'd like to say to you is, with your 7, is what resonates with you now is what really makes you feel good to stay in the UK or to be out in Spain. What really, forget everything else that's going on around you. What is the real feeling? That is your way forwards from here. So be honest and true yourself, not in the logic mind going bang, 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 which way should I go? Higher mind, inner spirit, and also your gut feeling. What really does it for you? And it's for you. Not about responsibility to other people, not about exes. I'm not saying we're ruling out exes. I'm saying here, What about you? And that would be the interesting. And I'll do the cards in a minute. But in the meantime, though, I'm going to bebop Alula over to Guiomar and see what she would like to say.
So, hi, Jay. Yeah, I totally agree with everything that Phil said. And you're Cancer, so this year is all about really widening your heart. So, and creating community and connecting with more people. So, whatever decision leads you in that direction, that's probably the best choice. So, it's how can you, because for Cancer last year was all about codependency, being observing where were you being codependent, in which way were you codependent. And this year it's opening up to create new types of relationship, much more global, much more social, much more interconnected as individuals, and not so dependent. So
Mm,
whatever calls you back towards codependency, it's a no-no, and whatever brings you towards opening your heart and including many different peoples and views, that's the good choice.
I think so too. And I hear that song, that lovely song, and called Free Nelson Mandela. Free. So it's about freedom. Freedom. Do the stuff that makes you feel it. And you've already said Spain there. Okay. Let's have a look at your cards quickly and see what they're coming out and saying. I'm going to go for the left pile on this. So let's have a little look. And yes, okay. So if that's your heart telling you to go and do that, then that's the right. Then that's it. You've made that decision. And Jack of Diamonds, what a great idea to go and do. It'll excite you. It'll excite you. Oh my goodness, there will be love that you'll find if you come out this direction. And there'll be more love. So Spain is huge, huge. And the friendships you'll make, oh for goodness sake, well that's it. That's it, Spain, you've done it, okay? All right, end of. Right, okay, now I know a few of you here have written in. I'm going to go straight back now, and I believe the next one to come through was lovely Joe Gardner. Joe Gardner, she's written in. She's 16th of 1968, colour red, general reading, please. I'm very... Yeah, it's on the screen, so I'll slow down. It is the 16th of the 11th, 1968. A spring chicken. A young spring chicken.
It right
yes,
there on the screen.
Yes, yeah. So I tried to make things as easy as possible for you.
Yeah, I didn't see. I was looking on the side. Where have all the comments?
She's looking on the dark side. Look.
Yeah. Right in front of your face.
Oh dear. This is hilarious. Right. Oh my word. Okay, so it's 8, 9, and. Oh my goodness. Right, your energies are amazing. Okay, first of all, Joe, I'd like to say to you, in numerology, you're a 3-3. That could be the 3-3-6. The 3-3-6 needs to be in control. It's best in control, because then you're best at working with other people, and especially in control of yourself rather than people having control over you. Okay, this is quite a big thing here, but there's a kindness here. It's not a rulership like you're a dictator. You're going out there with hammers and things like this, and some people would love to, I'm sure. Anyway, but it's about this energy to be able to infuse this loveliness that you have. So important. It's about you being able to have this energy, because the 33 do this. It's also being about healing builders. The 33s are very powerful people, but they're also very sensitive. They're sensitive to outside sources, but when you're inside your inside source, catch up, whatever, but your inside source, then you're harnessing your beautiful power. Now, outside of this year, you're in a 145. So the 1 is about you. What is it? And your 4, it says, what's going to make you feel stable? If you're giving all your power or your energy to other people, nil part won't work. You won't harness this lovely 33 energy. You're just pouring down lovely bottles of wine down the drain, and or lovely whatever it is. Anyway, but your 5 energy. Now this is I love. Be awkward. Be difficult. Be outrageous. Be amazing. I mean, I can see you now jumping up and down, sending in that video. I am grounding, baby. I am grounding. It's happening. Yeah, that's the way to go, because I can see the dances and all this stuff about you grounding. and it's about you really enjoying being a five energy this year, which has a slight recklessness to it, but it has an advantage. Its advantage here is opportunities come out from all directions. So don't limit yourself thinking the time is, yes, be confused. Whilst you're confused, just step back a little bit. Just step back. Just go, it's okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, we got a We got a Go on then, far away.
Joe is a Scorpio, Neptune Scorpio, and then Jupiter, Moon, Uranus, and Mars in Libra. So that makes you a very sensitive person, like you were saying before, Phil. Very much caring for others. But initially, that comes from a sense of disconnection, unless you're serving others. So
Okay,
there's a Chiron in Pisces who's very spiritual but doesn't believe it. It's like if you don't believe to begin with that you have that connection, that connection actually belongs to you, that
okay,
it's your own connection to spirituality, and all that Libra and South Node in Libra too. It's like so used to serving others and just forgetting about yourself. And there's also a softness about all of this. But Lilith in Gemini and with Saturn basically says it's like, connect with your wounds. I believe you've already done a lot of that already, because the idea is that the softness that you have, the way you see people and relationships, that is the right thing. So it doesn't matter if other people um, didn't understand that, if you suffered from it, if you trusted others and you got lost in them and then you suffer the consequences. It's about understanding that the way you connect to others and the way you love is the right way, not what others say or do.
okay,
So if you own that, then you can actually just be that, and and how do you say this, contagiar, infect other people with that.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's like
Infect other people.
spreading.
That warmth, that loveliness, that abundance is lovely, isn't it? And Joe, yes, I think it's about harnessing that lovely energy, especially your 3-3. It's beautiful. It's very healing. Very healing. Thank you very much. Thank you much indeed. Right, okay. Midia, we're going to come back to yours in a minute. You haven't asked a question, but you just made an observation. Yes, but we'll come back to that in a minute. But in the meantime, though, let's go down to Susanna. Oh, Susanna. Oh, Susanna. She's 2011 1960. Can you see a move for me and my business? Color purple. Purple is a beautiful color. Good color here. And the observation here is that I see it's like being sat on a fence, and you've got one dream one side and one reality the other. The reality is the current situation. On the other side of the fence is the dream. And what's more important to you, your dream or the current situation? That's what's going to be important. If now there needs to be a lot of discussion here rather than hastiness, because if we're hasty, we'll make the wrong moves. So you need discussions, talking to, coaching, anything like this to help you feel that you're going the right way, help you feel you're going in the right direction. If you do that, then this dream of yours, which is to business and such, be moving areas like this, it can work, but this needs to be something that we're not just pie in the not insulting you at all. There's not pie in the sky with a cloud thinking, oh yes, I could do this, this, and this, and that's the reality. No, we have to bring this down and really take it in and say, now we've got to be looking at things that's going to make you feel very grounded one point, safe the next. Because we can always go for it, but then we always come back and go for it, but I can't. I can't. And how that's going to work. Okay, I'd like
Hmm.
to bob over
Yeah.
to you. Yes.
So Susanna is a Sag
Mm.
and a moon in Aries, and it's trining the sun in Sag. So
We are
you would tend to
fire. We are
think
fire, fire, and fire, baby.
that Susanna wouldn't have a problem in having dreams and achieving them, but those two are connected also to the North Node in Virgo, so South Node in Pisces, which means it's very easy for you to procrastinate, to not do things, to make other people do things for you. And but that really makes you very angry if you do that.
Uh-huh.
So with Moon Mars in Cancer, it's very important that you understand that the influence of the wounds from your the lack of attention, basically when you were little, how that influences you. It's like, imagine when you're a baby and you're more or less abandoned and not taken care of, and you pee and poop yourself on you. So that means that when you grow up, you really forget to take care of yourself because you weren't take that that's not registered in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So all that like behaving still because from your inner baby who's hurt and not taken care of, because and that's still active in you, doesn't allow you to be all the proactive that your energy says that you are. um, the thing is that what a baby does in that situation is cry, but that doesn't get you anywhere. So it's very important to heal those wounds, that disconnect you from your very sensitive loving side.
Yes. Yes.
And
I think,
it will help
uh,
you. If that
yes.
connection will help you create your future.
And I think it's interesting here because you have the potential to be a very, very, very successful woman, extremely successful.
Yeah.
But you have this procrastination card here, which is telling me here you're talk and talk and talk. Yes, maybe, maybe, yes, we'll do, whatever.
And procrastination leads to anger in this case.
Yes, and then what we get here is the opportunity. I could do this, or I might not. I could, because on one side of the coin here, I like security. On the other point here, is this what I could achieve?
Yeah, and that's a card of control also.
Yes,
Like I
yes,
want to
oh
control
yes,
things and put everything under
absolutely.
control.
When we're in control, we're not making a move into the dream. And your seven here is a very interesting card here because it's a need to discuss, to talk, to reassure. It's for you not to feel that you're completely alone in the way you're thinking or what you're doing. Because I do know, Susanna, you are magical where it comes to your dreams, your ideals. And in 10 years' time, we don't want to look back and say, I wish. I wish, I wish, I wish. Right, okay, let's have a look here. Now, okay, this is interesting here. I'm just going to put this up. This is Mindia. She hasn't asked a question, but 9th of July 1984. But I'll just make an observation here. Scorpio ascending and also Mars in lovely Scorpio. It's interesting. If you've got Mars there in Scorpio, you've got a very determined Mars. It's for the long run. It's a very deep, it's rather than Aries Mars, which is all bang, here we go. This is the ability. I always see this as like the ability to have the consistent energy to be able to do something, to achieve and to build and to go where we're going. And yes, so I'm just doing a look at the numerology here as well. And
And remember, that's a Pluto generate. Pluto was in Scorpio in that
yeah,
in
that
the 80s.
era. Yes, yes.
And
Wow,
there's a lot of
1984.
Libra energy too,
Um,
because in the 84 Saturn Jupiter conjunction, and no, it was in Libra. I think so.
Yes,
Let me see.
that was also the year of the miners' strikes and a lot of things like that was coming out. So people were rebelling to all sorts and all sorts. Right. Uh, is it, oh, I think we're a yes, yes, yes. So we're a four. There's a four energy here. The four energy. Now that's interesting here because your four is about being grounded and about being very um, keep yourself very focused to where you are. And sometimes for you to move forwards, it's got to feel, you got to know that whatever's come up in front of you makes you feel very strong, very purposeful. That Mars energy there is interesting here because when you have Scorpio ascending and Mars there in lovely Scorpio too, we have that lovely vibration that either people are going to love you or they're not. They don't. They feel like, what have I said? What have I done? I know other people who are similar to this. My dear lovely wife here, Deborah, she and also you too. You're a Scorpio rising as well, Guiomar, aren't you? But would you find sometimes here that people either love you to bits or they don't like you? Because I always see this with Mars Scorpio, that's with Scorpio rising, is that you're able to see through the stuff that people are hiding.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's exactly with Deborah. Exactly with Deborah, and probably exactly the same with you, Midia. that you can see through people. Bang, easy. And people don't like it. They don't like it, especially if they're hiding their true self. Self here.
Yeah.
Yes. And your 404 energy here is very, very big. Very big. Okay. Anything you'd like to say here?
Lilith is in Pisces, so it's about so Sun in Cancer, Moon in Sag. Okay, so it's about being less control, basically. So
Yeah.
controlling less. Control comes from fear, and fear comes from lack of inner care, basically. Moon in Sag is you didn't get along very well with mom.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
North Node in
The amount of moon sag people who I meet who mum issues come up rapidly. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Moon Sag makes evident that mom was very incoherent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and it's a type of mom that pushes the child away because the child is making her under. The child gets nervous. A Moon Sag gets nervous when mommy is there because he or she is reflecting mom's incoherence, and mommy gets nervous when she sees the child. She goes, "Oh, go out and play. Don't be near me." So um so what that does is that it's like you can't really find your place when you do that. And then when we don't have a place, when we don't feel we have a place, we tend to try and grab mental concepts as if they were a place where I could feel security. Okay,
Yes, she
so it's
says, Mum still is. Ha ha ha. Yes, yes. Yeah.
so being the feeling of being right, South Node and Sag. Oh yeah, I have an answer. I'm right. It's like holding a strong belief gives us a false sense of security. We
Hmm.
think we are secure if we believe in something. Oh yeah. The world is like patriarchy. That's how it is. That's how it is. In this or I believe in science. That's how it is. And it's like, no, that's a belief. You're holding on to belief. So
Hmm.
believing in science is a belief. It's not science.
Yes. I love your observation. I love the way you work. It's brilliant. I'm a dear, oh dear. But how could a Wednesday morning show not be without the wonderful Guiomar? So it's interesting here because what you're coming up against, what you're working for, is there's also going to be a location thing around you coming up this year about where your right place is. And your money is situation here about connecting with people and what community is so important. So important it's going to be around you. Uh, relationships is also going to be important. And people, it's not just people that you love, it's people that respect you. It's people you respect as well. And this is going to be important, especially in areas of life here, and that need to have that bit of passion in your life, that bit of fun, energetic stuff. So life come up in front of you, go and have a great time. But I think here people are either, I understand what you're saying here about the science and belief. Belief is belief. Science is science. I understand what you're saying. It's brilliant, and I think that's a great way to end the show this morning on what beliefs are. And also, guys, just say at the start of the show, especially if you guys who recently joined us, this is what we'd like you to do because it'd be fun. Be great fun. We like doing fun things, and because there's a need for grounding at this present time, guys. A good thing to go do is jump up and down. Go and do things that create rhythm, music, singing, dancing, whatever it is, to ground yourself, to shake out this energy, this calamity of energy, which is creating confusion in everybody. Because the more you're grounded, the more you're going to feel through your heart, the more you're going to feel connected, and the more you're going to rock, baby. Anyway, so what we'd like you to do is to send in a short little video. We can stick them all together, and then we have a great fun, great laugh, and we're going to stick them up next Wednesday, and of how people are grounding. Yes, I'll get involved too. Guiomar, you going to get involved?
Sure.
Sure, great. We'll put it all together. Get someone to video showing you grounding, whether it's singing, dancing, whatever. We'll put a bit of music in the background, and we'll have a great time. So there you go. So I'm going to do it. Guillermo's going to do it, and if we're doing it, you guys are doing it. If you're not doing it, we'll be around. We'll send that Mercury retrograde after you. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the Mercury retrograde. Okay, wonderful. Guiomar, thank you so much. Thank you. What a wonderful, lively, energetic morning it was. And yes, guys, hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you so much. Sorry we didn't get a chance to read for everybody there. It's we tried to do our best, but it's full of discussions on this show and there's current climates, and hopefully this has helped you out, guys, so much. But Guiomar, what can we say? Thank you so much. Give our love to everybody down there in Javier, and thanks for joining us. You can pre-book a mini reading if you'd like to on this Friday show. I'm joined by the wonderful Monique, and she is yes. So we're joined by her, and looking forward to it. It'll be a great show. She's an artist with a spiritual twist. Yes, how's that? Sound good? Alrighty, okay, guys. Thank you very, very much indeed, and yes. So there you go. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Cheerio, guys. Thank you very much. Love you loads. Love you loads. Big love. Big love. And burgers. Love and burgers. It's all the same. It's all the same. Yes. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.